All right, y'all. So tomorrow, the new Dokkan Festival Kid Goku for Saiyan Day does officially release, and there are a couple things we need to talk about regarding this banner format, and how it's actually going to work. Because I've seen a lot of people confused. Oh, is there going to be pity? What's going on with this banner? And I could definitely explain that here, and just talk about what characters will likely be featured and whether or not you should summon for this Dokkan Festival Kid Goku. Now, in terms of when the banner actually does release, if you take a look here, it releases in about 19 hours from the time this recording is happening. By the time this video is scheduled up, it'll be more so closer to, I think, about 16 hours or so. But if you go to the Dokkan info site or anything like that, you'll be able to see. But let's say, I think that's 2:18 a.m. Eastern time, 11:18 p.m. Pacific time on the 17th, if anything. And just during the day of the 13th, right, whatever your time zone is, that is when this character will actually be releasing. Now, with that in mind, right, again, we could take a reference at the previous Saiyan Day banner to get a good idea of the other 3 remaining characters, but we have the 4 main characters here on this banner. We see that the Goku does, of course, feature himself, a new banner unit, Kid Chi-Chi, Tech UI Goku, Tech transforming Saiyan Day Vegeta from last year, and then STR Roshi. Now, the thing about this banner, if you take a look here, for the first 318 hours, for every 3 multis, you get a free multi, and that is very important, which is why I brought this guy up here. If you take a look here, his banner dropped at the literal exact same time last year, but he did not have 3+1. Now, one big reason for this is likely because of pity. So this banner for the Kid Goku and future Saiyan Day banners are actually not going to have the pity system, at least for the time being. They confirmed to us when they actually revealed the TUR banner pity with the 200 green coins, or 200 not green coins, actually no, they are green coins essentially. That's only gonna be applicable to these like normal week, like let's say April Dokkan Fest, or let's say the May Dokkan Fest, like a Turles character or something like that, or how last year Scouter, Vegeta, Lord Slug, like characters that release on the off months essentially, that are not major celebrations. But then they said things like Golden Week, New Year, Saiyan Day will not be getting the pity system. But New Year's and Golden Week have 3+1, so I guess they just said, hey, let's just go ahead and give this banner 3+1 as well. I think it's nice to get the extra free multi out of the way. Now, in terms of the banners featured characters themselves, right? I guess we'll talk about first and foremost the Kid Goku, just my thoughts on him. I haven't really seen any gameplay for this guy. I think this guy is overall a safe skip for most players. His leader skill could be useful, but I think the actual full leader skill boost is not really that crazy, unfortunately. I really don't think that like, we can go ahead and take a look at the full 220% boost here on the Dokkan info site. I mean, you have some options to say to Gohan. I guess LR Bulma you could definitely still use. Kid Goku himself, Dynamic Goku, any future Dynamic Gokus would fit this. Path to Power Kid Goku's EZA is really good. I just I don't know, it's not like a team where I'm thinking people are gonna be very excited to use. And I think this guy, like leader skills, summoning for leader skill characters is very, very important. This guy is a character, it looks like he's going to be very powerful though. Even with just a 60% damage reduction, he is stacking up. He does multiple of these supers within the turn. He eventually can get guard. He will lose 40% reduction, but because he's stacking in the long events, it's not going to be as big of a deal. Now, we figured out more about this right here. Apparently how this mechanic works is really interesting, is he has a 55% chance of all of his attacks critting in the turn, right? So it's not like a 55% chance to crit with each attack he does. It's basically start of turn, 55% chance. If you get that, you're performing guaranteed crits. Then right here, 22% chance of evading enemy's attack. It's the same thing. If you hit this 22% chance, he's dodging all attacks. If you don't, he does not get any of this at all. Which I think this one is a little unfortunate because of the fact that he, like, I think especially against bosses that may do multiple supers, this is definitely just a straight up nerf, but I think in general, I'd rather prefer each attack separately having the, dodge, because I mean, I get it, it could be, there's always situations where you dodge all the attacks except for the normal, and it's nice to have that safeguard, but I don't know. I guess 22% is not really something you should be relying on anyways. This massive 200% stat right there, really good. I think this guy's great. The active skill boost. Again, he's a good character, but I think that with everything going on, and especially post anniversary, I think a lot of people may prefer to just wait. Now, what I will say is that if you're a huge Kid Goku fan, we don't know 100% when this guy's going to return. Same day characters, they can return on a random November Dokkan Fest sometimes, right? I think with this Vegeta right here, we could take a look here when this guy last came back. I think it was Scout or Vegeta's banner. So all the way back in September or October, my bad, which is a super long time frame. I mean, that is 7 months basically. So, oh my goodness. I mean, if you want Kid Goku, it's probably a smart idea to try and get him now. Now we can take a look at Chi-Chi Youth here. She seems like a decent character with the support and everything. She has the debuffs right here. Guard, high chance to dodge, decent defenses. Like, she looks like in her prime situation, she could be nice, but realistically, she's just a buff for this new team. And if you don't really care about the new team, then you won't really care about this character. Like, you're going to want this character if you want the Kid Goku, but you don't need this character for this Kid Goku. Should be good still. We have Roshi here. I guess I brought up Roshi. I mean, this guy is pretty much aged at this point. He has aged pretty fast, and that's just because of design. He wants this at this point, and it's like, why? I mean, this doesn't really matter. This is cool, but he just has 50% reduction, flown support. Like, you could use this guy though. Like, if you want to just have a fun little like usage, you could definitely do that. There is this Master Disciple Kamehameha that you'll be able to see a lot more commonly now, which is kind of cool, right? Having this unit super attack actually be usable, because before then you wouldn't really actually see this at all. I just don't think Roshi's a character that's gonna help you a lot in very, very difficult fights at this point. Like the newer red zones for the anniversary, battle hardened foes, or the festival battles, definitely not. So yeah, tech transforming Vegeta. I actually think this guy is aged pretty decently well, especially with the long fights going on. I haven't tried him in the battle of the festival battle fight, but I think that he could probably be a decent option there since he's stacking attack and defense. But I also think this guy, maybe ceiling super attack could be good in battle hardened foes, but especially the red zones. I think the red zones, this guy could still actually cook a bit. So I haven't tried him yet. I'm thinking about doing a showcase for like him 1 year later. He himself is not a bad option. I think a lot of people know what this guy's going to be doing at this point. He actually also has a good leader skill. Actually, one character I should probably just talk about now that I didn't bring up is Tech UI Goku, man. Let me bring this guy up. I actually forgot to bring Tech UI Goku. This guy is overall, like, he's a good character, but he's a fraud. I don't know. His base form is so fraudulent. It's really unfortunate. His base form just sucks. Like, he doesn't really do good damage. He gets tagged, man, in the hard fights. He gets hit really hard. But when he really shows off, he's crazy. And like Tech UI, he still looks really good when he's in a really good situation. It's just with these fights is weird because with battle hardened foes, you're stuck with this guy, and he's basically 70% dodge or die. In red zone, you're also stuck with this guy until the end because his domain is just 3 turns, and you want to have the domain up for him to actually be at the best he can be, right? Not only with just the stats there, but he does have the turn of guaranteed dodge you want to save, the dodge nullification for the disabled dodge that both of the Jiren phases have, for example, right? It could be an issue for this guy because you want to save it, but then the thing with Tech UI, free transformation, he loses stats over a few turns, so eventually he's going to be hitting weaker and weaker. So Yeah, and just the defense especially, man, just losing that. I don't know. This guy's in a weird spot. You could, I think, if you have him as like a sixth, fifth, sixth option on the team he's floating around, he could be good for you though. Like he's definitely not bad. We have God Goku. I think God Goku maybe could be a secret option in the Battle Festivals fight, but outside of that, he's pretty much aged-ish out at this point. He is basically what he came on 2023, man. This guy's well over 2 years old, without an EZA. I mean, next year, pretty much could be when actually. Yeah, next year could be when we could see this guy potentially get an Extreme Z Awakening, which is really interesting. But for now, I think this Goku Youth will be on the banner as well. I brought this Kid Goku up just in case, but I think with these guys at 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Tekiwai Goku twice. Yeah, okay. I was like, I counted 8, but my chat, it's actually really late. But anyways, this Kid Goku is really, really good. Actually, I do like what he's doing a lot. He's just, I mean, this man is just so good. You guys cannot underestimate that, how powerful this ability is. But he's also very morph changing. He's also supporting. He's going to be a really good staple for the new team. But like, if it's talking about summoning for this banner again, like, there's no character that I'm like, oh yeah, you have to summon for this guy. Like, I mean, yeah, especially because like these 4 are good characters, but a lot of people may potentially have them at the point. Even, well, I guess I think this is Roshi's first time returning. Like, these 3 have been on a couple banners. I mean, this guy was on Buhan's banner. I guess it's the first time a lot of people are gonna get this guy. Like, if you want to summon, I don't blame you. Like, because of these 3 right here, they're like, these 3 are still good options in the game. I think Kid Goku is really, really good. But if we consider that, you know, a lot of people should probably save for, I think, maybe even Golden Week if you're really excited about the Daima stuff. I think Golden Week Daima is a very, very big shoe-in. You know, you could even think of worldwide when the Golden Week characters return, right? And then maybe you could pick this guy up with coins later on in the year, but it's up to y'all. A lot of people will not be interested in summoning here anyways. I think it's a pretty safe skip. Maybe you could do a rotation if you want to, but probably not. So let me know what y'all thinking, if you're gonna summon or skip, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.